Dude, this counts as cardio for me, man. Listen, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Smoking crack, hanging out with Ukrainian hookers, loaded guns.
Awesome.
Yeah, basically, I should be best friends with this guy.
Yeah.
It's not. It makes him cooler to me. What I am concerned about is the Hatch Act, which is a serious crime.
Yeah.
And that's where you use your influence and nepotism to gain personal gain for yourself and your family, which I think that very clearly claims, especially with his dealings with China, Burisma, as you said, withholding $1 billion to Ukraine unless they fire the prosecutor that's looking into the claims. If not criminal, corruption.
But what about, the jet that the Kuwaitis or the Saudis just gave to Trump? And what about the fact that Trump Jr. just opened up this club in Washington, D.C. called the Executive Lounge, where if you pay $250,000, you're promised 1 to 2 hours of FaceTime with the presidential cabinet per month. If that's not selling influence, I don't know what is. I feel like it's a regular thing, and I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying I don't think that Hunter Biden did anything that was like far beyond any other presidential child did when it came to getting jobs because of their family.
But so when Trump does it, it's bad. Hunter Biden does it, it's not big deal.
I'm just saying, like, what's worse? You know what I mean?
What's worse? Anybody that's doing this should be, whether it's Trump, whether it's whoever, they should be held accountable for it. We can't be in a kleptocracy where you get into the club and you get to do whatever you want to do, right? Yeah. So, and I get it. Like smoking crack, whatever. People have problems in their family. Leaving a loaded gun in a school zone, not ideal, Hunter.
Whereas school zones everywhere.
There's too many schools. I agree with you. But bigger issues are with the Hatch Act. And beyond that, man, this concept of Hunter Biden somehow becoming a victim after all these years of nepotism bothers me, especially when you do whataboutism and say, well, what about Trump? What about this? What about that? I talked with Rudy Giuliani, and it's an interesting thing. And this is almost like how conspiracies are birthed, okay? There's no laptop, which you said, it's actually an iCloud, which is technically true. However, when the FBI raided Rudy Giuliani's house, right, or apartment in Central Park West, he goes, hey, don't forget, anything you take has to be entered into evidence. I have this laptop, you guys have to take it. They stopped the raid. They would not take the laptop that doesn't exist into evidence. So now it creates plausible deniability that, there was no laptop. So as the gentleman earlier said, if we are to trust the establishment to police the establishment, we can't be surprised when the establishment always comes up saying the establishment did nothing wrong, right? So, I mean, we're in a situation here where I don't care whether it's left or right. If people are committing these crimes, if they're using their influence and they're hurting everyday U.S. citizens in the process, they should be held accountable for that. You would agree, yeah?
Yeah. So do you think a collapse of the two-party system and the birth of like a new type of political alignment is necessary?
I think it's happening organically. I think you're seeing people shift to voting demographics they would have never shifted 2 years ago. I think everyday people realize that the system that we have it right now is unsustainable. And part of that is the media running coverage and gaslighting us everyday citizens going, well, there was nothing. There's no corruption going on here. Well, clearly there is. You're gaslighting us. But just because it's your guy, I'm supposed to forget about it. And what about Jared Kushner and his $2 billion? Yeah, let's get him too.
Yeah.
Let's get the Bushes while we're at it.
So let's
go after all of them.
You think we need to like clean house of the 1% and just start from the bottom?
That would be the great reset I can get on board with. I don't want to eat guns. I don't want to eat bugs, and I don't want to never own anything and be unhappy. But I do want truth. Just give me truth. Give me the whole truth, and then trust us that we can figure it out from there.
Is there a politician that you look at right now that's on the landscape that you look at as like a perfect arbiter of truth?
Well, yeah, but as soon as they become a politician, it becomes hard, right?
But who is it, though? If you had to put somebody in there.
I'd probably say Thomas Massey is the one guy actually doing his job. Doesn't take AIPAC money. He goes against his own party more than anybody else. And for somebody that somebody that did nothing wrong, Hunter Biden did nothing wrong, slap on the wrist, boys will be boys, smoke a little crack. What does he need a preemptive pardon for? Preemptive pardon.
I think that the concern for Joe Biden, at least, I don't want to speculate too much, is that if Trump were to get into power and take control of the justice system and appoint different judges, that he would make an example out of Hunter and lock him up and throw away the key forever.
Yeah, some federal judge might hit him with 37 felony accounts out of nowhere for a loan that he already paid back.
No, but they might send him to El Salvador and you have to join MS-13 or something.
I don't think MS-13 exists anymore in El Salvador.
I mean, they've got to. You can't get all of them.
Yeah, well, that's true. I think the biggest issue that we have right here is not running coverage for the elites when they do bad. I think to whom much is given, much is expected, and it's their burden of proof. The citizen, we are innocent until proven guilty. The powerful are guilty until they prove that we can trust them.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're out of time.